All right, guys, Mr. Antonucci here, and in this video, I want to teach you quickly how to multiply fractions. Multiplying fractions is pretty straightforward, and it's literally the way you think it would be. When you multiply numbers, you just multiply straight across. So in this example, 4 times 4 is 16, and 7 times 5 is 35. Now, since there are no common factors between 16 and 35, and it's not an improper fraction, this is in simplest form, and we could just leave it there. We'll get to some more complicated ones here. This one, you have a fraction times a mixed number. The easiest way that I know to do this is to convert the mixed number to a improper fraction. And what I like to do is draw an arrow from the denominator around the whole number out front up to the numerator. And remember that we're going to multiply and then add. So since it's 5/6, the fraction is sixths. So we want to convert the 3 to sixths. So 3 is 18/6, and you could just get that by multiplying the 3 and the 6, you get 18. And then the 5/6 means you have 5 more sixths on top of those 18. So when you add those together, 3 times 6 is 18, plus the 5 gives you 23 sixths. And then when you multiply fractions again straight across, numerator, 1 times 23 is 23, 4 times 6 is 24. Again, no common factors, and it's not an improper fraction, so you can't simplify. It already is in simplest form. Okay, in this one, again, just multiply straight across. 2 times 3 is 6, 8 times 3 is 24. 6 and 24 do have common factors. They're both even, so you could take out a 2. And I'll do that. If you divide both by 2, you would get 3 over 12. But then you could see that 3 and 12 both have a factor of 3. If you divide that common factor out, you'd get 1/4. Or right at 6/24, you could see that 6 and 24 have a common factor of 6, and you just get to 1/4 there. There is another way to do this problem where you cross-cancel common factors to begin with. So 3 and 3, if you think of that as dividing one another out, they cross-cancel to 1s. And then the 8 and 2 cross-cancel to a 1 and a 4. And then when you multiply straight across the reduced numerators, you get 1, and denominators, you get 4, and you get 1/4 that way. Either way is fine. I would recommend getting in the habit of cross-canceling first, particularly when the numbers are larger, and when you multiply, you get very large numbers, and then having to put that in simplest form can sometimes be challenging. Okay, so in this case, we have 2 mixed numbers and a negative. So be careful here. You have 2 times 3 is 6, plus the 1 makes 7 halves. And here, just do this the same way and then put the negative on at the end. 2 times 1 is 2, plus the 1 gives you 3, so you have 3 halves, but it's negative. And I like to keep it in the parentheses because whenever I'm writing, I don't want to look back and think mistakenly that that's subtraction. And then multiply straight across. 7 times 3 is 21, 2 times 2 is 4, and then we follow the rules for multiplying positives and negatives. You have a positive 7 halves and a negative 3 halves. Positive times a negative is a negative. Again, you could put the negative on the 21, on the 4, or right in front of the fraction. Just don't put a negative on the 21 and the 4, because that would be incorrect. And that's it. So I hope that was helpful to you guys for multiplying fractions. Take care.